Each kitchen has a set of knives and a knife block, and specific recipes will call for specific knives. We'll train you more later on use and care of knives, but just keep in mind that a sharp knife is a much safer knife than a dull knife. When you're ready to check out at the end of your lab, you'll want to open every single door and drawer and cupboard and oven for the TA to come through and check you off. Everything needs to be open. Then they'll come through and look in all of these places, and as they do, they'll close these. So you need to make sure that everything is clean and dry. The TA will run their hand over the inside of the microwave to make sure that there's no grease or moisture left in there. And the last thing that you will do is sweep your floor and empty the garbage. If you ever spill anything on the floor, instead of using the green towels from your food preparation, you'll go to the front of the room and you'll get a rag out of the bucket up there at the front of the room. That's what you will use to wipe up any spills on your floor, are the white rags, because they are sanitized differently. Another thing that you'll do at the end, you will take your garbage that's in your kitchen, you'll take the liner out, and you'll take the garbage up to the big garbage can by the front door, and then you'll put a new liner in for the next group. Never put liquids in the garbage cans. Juices can be washed down the sink. Oils need to be stored and thrown away in some storage containers that we have. We have just a regular microwave. You'll learn how to set this when you come to lab. It has features for cooking on different power levels. Basically, if it's full power, it's on all the time. A medium temperature, it shoots microwave half of the time. If it's a 1 or a low setting, then it's just on 10% of the time. So it would put the microwave through 10% of the time, then it would turn off and shoot no microwave. Then it would turn on again, and then not on again. That's how a microwave operates. This also has a light and a timer that you can set. The stove tops that we have are smooth cooktop. Remember that these take a long time to cool down. You want to make sure to get these off of the stove top so that they don't continue to cook. Up here on the right-hand side and on the left-hand side of your controls is a switch that indicates whether you'll be using all of a certain burner or part of a certain burner. Make sure that you have it on the full circle to get all of it. If you have the circle and the ring, it's only going to get the middle part. To clean these, you wipe the spills up immediately. If there's something that's stuck on them, you go get a single-edge razor blade from the dispensary and scrape it off. They need to be perfectly clean when you finish at the end of lab. The ovens, we have two different kinds of ovens. Both ovens will work on a conventional setting. That means it just heats. The upper oven will heat and broil. The lower oven will heat and broil. The lower oven has an additional feature, and that is that instead of just being a conventional oven, it's also a convection oven. And that means there's a big fan in the back, and that fan blows air and circulates it around the food to help make your cooking even. Uses for that would be if you had 2 trays of cookies, you could put them both in the oven at once. That fan would circulate the air around the cookies and make even cooking. So an additional feature for your bottom oven. If you have any accidents, make sure you let the TA know. Any injuries, let the TA know. If you have a fire, first line of defense would be to put a lid over the fire, then baking soda onto a fire. We have a fire extinguisher by the door that you could use as well. Make sure that if something breaks on the floor, you put those sharp pieces in the sharps basket, which is kept in the dispensary. Our lab routine consists of 2 hours of your preparation time. After that, you will bring all of your food together and we'll eat. You need to make sure at the beginning to decide who is going to fill out the paperwork. You need to make sure that you listen to the instructor's instructions. Then you're going to read your recipes out loud together so that you have no mistakes while you're cooking. Then you will plan your time management plan, making sure that you plan every single minute of the time so that you will finish at the end of 2 hours. In case you ever need to evacuate, make sure that all of your appliances are off and We do recycle here at BYU. This container is for steel cans. When you take the lids off, rinse on the inside, put the metal lid down inside, and then bring it up to this container. A few printed items that you need to bring to lab each time when you come. Make sure you print a lab evaluation form and bring that with you. It needs to be filled out completely. If you have incomplete answers here, you'll get fewer points. Make sure you print the recipes for the week. Make sure that you print a time management plan. This is what it looks like before you fill it in. You'll fill in the times down the side. Make sure you have the finish time at the bottom, so you're working from the time we begin until when we eat. If you look at this, these are names across the top. This is Peter, Jenny, and Bob, and you notice that the dish that is being made crosses over. For example, salad is worked on by all 3 people. Soup is worked on by all 3 people. And that's to get your teamwork going. Another thing that you need to know for the lab is where the linens are kept, and they're kept in here. This is where you'll get the linens at the end of lab to replace the ones that were used. And over in this corner is where the brooms are kept. When you sweep at the end, you'll return the brooms back to this place. Emergency exit, you'll go out the door to the end of the hall, up the stairs, and out the corner of the building. Remember